Does intermittent fasting suit everybody? Is it necessary for everybody to have a meal every 2 hours? There are so many conflicting perspectives which are coming into play. So, is it important to listen to your body? Absolutely. And this is exactly what Ayurveda says. When we are talking about food in relationship to an individual, it is extremely personalized and specific. Not everybody can handle the generalized perspectives and rules which are suggested. To give you an example, when we talk about the three major types of prakritis, there are seven major types. I am talking about the three dominant doshas as that is easier to work with. These are considered to be Vata dominant, Pitta dominant and Kapha dominant. The digestive prowess in each of these individuals varies, and therefore the meal timings and specifications also need to vary based on that. For example, for a Kapha dominant Prakriti, they just cannot handle a meal every 2 hours because naturally their digestive prowess is on the lower side. So if you force them or ask them to repeatedly have food, they will start feeling very uncomfortable. They are the people who tend to say, I have small quantities of food and I feel very full for the whole day, or I don't need any more food at all. So for such people where the digestive prowess is naturally low, they are people who can fast for longer periods of time. So maybe considering a type of intermittent fasting where they have two major meals, and if they feel hungry, maybe a snack etc. may be suggested. Now moving on to the Pitta dominant Prakritis, these people cannot handle any form of fasting because naturally their digestion and metabolism is extremely high. And for them to tell them, no, you have only one or two meals in a day may not be suited to them because they start feeling dizzy, they start feeling a sense of burning sensation, they feel extremely weak because they need food in larger quantities in a timely manner to suit their specific type of prakriti. So for them, maybe even every 2 hours giving them a heavy meal would be suited and it would not cause an imbalance because for them their digestion and metabolism is extremely high. Then we have the Vata dominant Prakriti. These people have a irregular type of digestion where at times they can eat a lot of food and digest it well, and there are other times that they don't just feel that hungry. So for them, you cannot give exceedingly heavy food repeatedly. They would not be able to handle it. And similarly, you cannot give them an excessive fasting therapy because that is also something which will further make them feel weak and debilitated. So it's important to have a balance for these people. A simple way through which we could help this type of digestion is to give small quantities of food repeatedly because they can't have larger quantities and they cannot not eat anything. So you can have a meal every 2 hours, but it needs to be in a lighter snack form such that it is well suited to them. Also, the types of food suited to each of these individuals would also vary in the sense that for a Pitta dominant Prakriti, having extremely heavy foods with a lot of like ghee etc. sweet based foods is suggested, while those who have a Vata dominant Prakriti require a little bit of help with their digestion. So adding a few spices like ginger, garlic and adding a little more quantity of oil is suggested because that helps in balancing that type of Prakriti. And for the Kapha dominant Prakriti, they really need a lot of help with their digestion. So ensuring that you're adding a lot of spices like pepper, ginger, etc. may be ways to stimulate the digestion and metabolic effect in this individual and keep the food little light even though it is processed with spices, so they will be able to assimilate it in a proper manner.